Joins us now. Congresswoman, it's a sad day when you have to stand in for a president who's running for office, who's the people's nominee, because he has lost his First Amendment right to free speech. But thank you for doing it.
Well, thank you, and I appreciate you having me on. I think it's important that the people of this country understand what is happening, and I think, as I said in my remarks, that they see it, particularly immigrant groups. I will tell you, I have a district that's very diverse, and I was meeting with people who are from China, Egypt, Albania this week, and they were telling me that this is what happened in their country. This is why they fled their homeland. They do not want to see it happen here, and so I believe that President Trump is going to do very well this year, that he will win the election, but that he will do better than expected among the immigrant populations, because they don't want to see this judicial weaponization taking place. And again, it's what they fled, and they know that they cannot bring that here.
Congresswoman, looking at yesterday, you were there, of course, great remarks. I really appreciated the unity between everyone standing behind President Trump, especially with this unconstitutional gag order. What message do you think that sends to Democrats and obviously the Biden lawfare regime?
Well, it shows that Republicans are united, that we're not going to stand silent while our candidate for office is being politically prosecuted like this. I mean, at the end of the day, what they're attempting to do is to silence our nominee, to silence opposition. And as I said, this is what happens in socialist, communist, and third world countries like Cuba, where my mother fled. So I think it's sending a very clear message that we're not going to tolerate weaponization of our judicial system. And for New Yorkers, they very much would like to see Alvin Bragg focus our taxpayer money and time and resources prosecuting criminals who are wreaking havoc on the streets of New York. We know that Alvin Bragg is a district attorney who either reduces or drops charges. He did it for the people who riot in our streets. He does it for drug smugglers. He does it for illegal immigrants in particular, because we know that the illegal immigrants seem to have more rights in this country than actual citizens. And you have career criminals with 20, 30, 40 prior arrests that are being released back onto the streets. And a district attorney like Alvin Bragg should be more concerned with that instead of, again, wasting taxpayer money and resources on what's a political prosecution. And look, Americans see it. And that's why President Trump's poll numbers are so high. He's doing so well in the swing states, is because Americans see it. And that is why he had such a large crowd at the Wildwood rally in New Jersey, which I was also in attendance. And it's remarkable to see. And I'm happy, I'm pleased to see that the American people aren't buying what the Democrats are doing. And instead, they're doubling down and coming out stronger for President Trump than ever before.
Speaking of the illegals and criminals in the streets of New York, your mayor has come up with an idea to put all of those unproductive illegals who have invaded our country to work. Here's what he said.
We have a large body of people that are in our city and country that are excellent swimmers. And at the same time, we need lifeguards. And the only obstacle is that we won't give them the right to work to become a lifeguard.
Interesting reference. Does this have to do with illegals swimming across the Rio Grande? I thought next he was going to say they'd make great janitors or something who can come clean his toilets and trim his landscaping like other Democrats have said. Is this for real, Congresswoman? Are these people that out of touch?
Yeah, they're offensive. So if people who, people have to listen to their words, right? It's like when Kathy Hochul said that children in the Black community don't know what a computer is. It's the same thing when they say that we can't have voter ID laws because minorities don't know how to obtain an ID. It's so offensive and derogatory, number one. But number two, again, these are people who are legitimizing illegal immigration. People who pay the drug cartels thousands of dollars to enter into this country should not be rewarded with an opportunity to stay and have employment. We need legal migration. I have a constituency that is very diverse. My parents are immigrants, but you know what? We have laws, and we need to have those laws followed. Mm-hmm. And that is the bottom line. And that is why I've been really against this mayor for what he's been doing, housing illegal immigrants in our city, taking over hotels, parks, schools. from tax-paying citizens.
Yeah.
And also, we're in the middle of a lawsuit right now to stop non-citizen voting. We sued and won in court to stop non-citizens from voting in our elections here in New York City. We won not once, not twice. We won in both levels, and now it's going to the Court of Appeals because
congrats on that.
The far left will not stop trying to allow illegal immigrants, non-citizens to vote.
And they're not going to stop because they can't win legitimately. Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis, thank you so much for being here and for your stand.
Thanks, Congresswoman.
Thank you.
Coming up.